What is my motivation or goal working out? That's gonna be y'all. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm just gonna do a quick Q&A today. I've been posting things on Instagram saying if you have questions for the Q&A, drop them here, and I'm gonna get into that now. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram at Goforth. I post a lot of my story, and I post maybe every few days. So yeah, you're missing a lot if you don't. Starting off with, what's your favorite exercise? I'm gonna have to be real with y'all here. It's probably pull-ups. Now, it's just kind of because I'm good at them and it's a little bit of a party trick. If we're talking about my favorite exercise for building muscle, it's probably gonna be bench press, just because my chest always lacked a lot. And so I upped the frequency back in the day to 3 times a week. I don't do that anymore, but I really focused on bench press, especially dumbbell bench press, and I saw results in my chest. So probably that. The next question is, will I still gain weight if I eat at a surplus but I feel hungry? Yes, you will. Now, if that's happening, maybe sub some of your foods out for higher calorie dense foods. You may just be eating things that aren't very dense, so you're not being filled up enough. This one isn't a question, but he said, it's so hard to continue without seeing results and it's very demotivating. What I have to say there is just keep going. You know, we don't always wake up every day and say, I want to do this. Okay, I'm so motivated to go hit legs. Like, not all of us are like that. So there's gonna be days you're motivated, there's gonna be days you're not. You gotta get up and you gotta see what you want in the future. You have to go get it. How long have I been working out? I've been working out my entire life, but I haven't been focusing on bodybuilding except for within the past 3 years. And I say I've been working out my entire life just because I was in sports. So I played baseball up until I was like 13, and then I picked up football at the same time. And I played football for 3 years, and then I quit my freshman year. And then I took like a year off of everything, got really skinny, lost my muscle. I was only like 15. And then when I hit 16, almost 17, I started working out again. Someone asked, what is a lean bulk? How does it work? Should I do it? So a lean bulk is just increasing your calories a little bit. So you're in a surplus, but you're not in like a very large surplus. So you're not gonna be putting on a ton of weight and a ton of fat fast. It's a slow and steady kind of bulk. Should you do it? If you want to. If you want to get fat faster, then you know, whatever. In the end, it all kind of evens out. You can main gain, you can lean bulk, you can bulk and cut, whatever. It's a personal preference. Somebody asked, when do I finish bulking? I'm not sure. I know I'm gonna start cutting around March or April because I want to be peak lean this summer by June. This is a really, really good question. How big of an issue is body dysmorphia in the fitness community? But from my point of view, I was talking about this with a friend the other day, and I think that it's a lot more prevalent than you would think. So from an outside perspective, I feel like a lot of people look at people that are kind of into bodybuilding and they're like, oh, their confidence is way too high, whatever. Because at many points, we're like, oh, I know I look great. Like, I look so good right now. But at the same time, you go look in the mirror and you're like, oh, my tricep kind of lacking. It could grow another centimeter or 2. It's just stupid little critical things like that. And then you start bulking and it's like, I'm kind of losing my abs. I feel bad about myself, but I don't want to go back on my cut because I need to get bigger. So it's definitely not a problem in everybody, but I think to a certain extent, if you're in the bodybuilding, fitness, community, industry thing, you have it a little bit, especially if you're in the industry, because then it's like, well, my career kind of depends on how I look, so I need to look the best I can. I'm not at that point yet, but I have some of it, but it's not like that or anything. It's just like, I think I could improve this. This one's not fitness, but someone asked, ideal date. Personally, I like to just take people to dinner, you know, meet them, talk to them, get to know them a little bit. I like to drive around, listen to music. Would that be my ideal date? Maybe not, but I haven't really thought about that. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it, especially if the feelings are there then. Favorite high calorie dense food? Probably Pop-Tarts or a bagel. Definitely a bagel. Bagels are like 270, 80 calories and they fill me up. This person's having trouble growing their arms. What do I recommend? I recommend doing your sets to failure, not every single time. Now, arms are a genetic strong point for me, but when I would train them, I would always go till I couldn't go anymore, and I would superset it with like chin-ups or something for biceps. So I'd do curls, couldn't do it. So I'd do curls, couldn't do it anymore. I'd go do chin-ups, and then I'd wait, and then I'd do that little circuit thing again. And honestly, I'm not a big proponent on upping the volume. I like to up the intensity, but not to the point where you're gonna hurt yourself. You don't wanna up the intensity to where it's like 3 reps and you're risking injury. So maybe keep it into 8 to 12, where you can still get close to failure. But then again, you don't want to train to failure every single time, and it depends where you're at. If you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced lifter. What split do I recommend? I recommend a split that allows you to rest each group of muscles adequately. So that could be push-pull legs, it could be my split. My split's a little bit weird, but I have 3 days in between each muscle group, so I can recover. How do you handstand? Can I handstand, and how did I learn it? I cannot, surprisingly. I can do all this other calisthenic stuff, but I can't hold a handstand. I tried to train it this summer, and eventually I just stopped. I got it for a little bit, but I was bent like this. You want to be able to have it where you're like completely straight. I never got to that point. How did I train it though? I do a lot of handstand push-ups against the wall, and I do a lot of handstands assisted with the wall, and then kind of kick off of it. What is my motivation or goal working out? That's gonna be y'all. Like, I love working out for myself, and I love being able to look at myself and think, you know what? I look a lot better than I used to, and I've come so far. But since starting TikTok and everything, I've got like a lot of y'all, which blows my mind that I can inspire and give y'all tips and help you out. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable person, don't get me wrong, but this is something that I've been doing, and I can share what I did and hopefully help some of y'all. Advice to grow biceps without any weights: chin-ups. Would I recommend protein powder or creatine? I do both. I take both, so I would recommend both. What's my favorite muscle to train? Probably chest or back. I love the pump from chest. That's when I take pictures in the gym. And then obviously, you know, Dorito Man. What should I do to start losing weight? Track your calories for a couple weeks and eat the same amount of calories each day. While you're doing that, weigh yourself, and if you're losing weight, then you're probably in a calorie deficit. Keep that going. If you're gaining weight, lower it a couple hundred, do it again. How do I look when I'm not posing and I'm in regular lighting? I'll show you right now. So this is me not posing in regular lighting. I'm also kind of sitting over, so, you know, got some stomach. Now if I sit all the way up and scoot back a little bit, not posing, regular lighting, I think I look pretty normal, whatever. Now, if I start flexing, then let's see. Izzy Fit asked, do I have a secret relationship with Pearson, her boyfriend? Well, Izzy, it's not a secret. No, I don't. What is my workout split? So I was just talking about my split a few questions ago. I do legs, chest and shoulders, back and arms. 4th day I rest. What age do I recommend taking protein powder? Is it okay for teenagers? I started taking protein powder when I was 16. I believe it is okay for teenagers. Now, you do want to look at the ingredients and do a little bit of research. I know the one I take isn't necessarily the healthiest because there's lots of sugars and metals that you don't really want in your body. That can probably build up over time. I'm no doctor. How do you balance skills training with strength training for calisthenics? So I recommend doing your skills in the beginning. A lot of skills are really difficult, so you're going to be building strength in that manner anyways by training them. It's kind of the whole point. You do progressions in order to build strength, in order to do certain skills. I like to train my skills and my progressions in the beginning because I wouldn't have the strength to do them at the end of workout. Say if I'm training for a muscle up and I do 40 pull-ups before my muscle up, I'm just probably not going to be able to muscle up even if I did that now. Creatine or not? Yes. Take creatine. If you're not taking creatine, I don't know why you aren't. I take monohydrate. I don't really know the difference between mono and HCl. It does hold on to some water weight, so if you don't really like that, then don't take it. It's just personal preference. You can always stop taking it. A lot of people ask, does it make you go bald? No, it doesn't make you go bald. There's been inconclusive studies that it correlates early onset of male pattern baldness, which has to run in your family in the first place. But correlation is not causation. Research it before you take it. It's been a few years since I researched it. I kind of came to the conclusion that male pattern baldness doesn't run in my family, so even if it was a thing, I'd be fine. I have a fast metabolism. What do I eat to gain weight? I already take protein and creatine. Well, You just eat whatever in order to get into a calorie surplus. What you eat is up to you. Now, high calorie, low dense foods are gonna be your best friend. Just Google some options for that. A lot of it could be junk food, but if you wanna stay feeling healthy, probably don't eat that. Why did I start working out and what age? So I started working out because I was just in sports, whatever, but from the transformation videos you see, I started working out because it helped me feel better. I have IBS, my stomach hurts a lot, not so much anymore because I've figured out a lot of the things that bothered it and everything, but I started working out because when I became inactive, I just felt terrible, like all the time, and it helped a little bit, and I started seeing the progress, and I was like, you know what? I like this. Like, I want to get ripped. Like, I want to get big. Alright, so that's it for the Q&A. I hope that I answered some of y'all's questions and helped you out. Again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram because I do post a lot of things on there. Later this week, I will have my vlog up. Sorry about being absent for the past week. So for now, thank you for watching. Get yoked and have a great one, guys. Keep up the grind.